Hey everyone, it's Monday, March 20th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been a good day so far. I'm in a really good place, and it feels awesome, man. It feels great. I was just reviewing the video from Saturday and just recollecting some of the takeaways I got there from that session, re listening back to some of the track that I've been working on, the bass lines and stuff, and just realizing like I've really crossed a threshold recently, and I just want to take a moment to acknowledge myself and to just acknowledge the moment. And there's been so much sacrifice and time and energy and blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Um, a lot of pain, a lot of distress, a lot of just an incredible amount of self doubt and questioning of the process and like wondering if it's all worth it and all that stuff. And to be at a place where I can confidently say like, okay, I'm in a place where I can take what's in my mind and I can faithfully recreate it in real life, um, consistently and um, and accurately, is just a tremendous thing for me, guys. And I don't know how I feel about sharing that, but I figure you guys are on this journey with me now, and you deserve to know. And um, I'm not saying like that means anything beyond just what it means to me as a personal achievement. But the difficulty and the doubt that we go through when we're just setting out on a new path that isn't certain, and we're like, I just want to do this because I want to do it, is real. And there's a tremendous amount of adversity and resistance that comes up around us doing those things. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that there's a place that we can go in ourselves that's beyond that doubt and negativity. And you can go to work anyway on the things that are important to you, even if you feel like it's not going to succeed, or if you're worried about it not succeeding, or if you're worried about failing, or you're just afraid. And courage is not the absence of fear. People who are courageous and successful are just as afraid as anyone else. They just do it anyway. And I didn't make that quote up or that idea up. I'm just appropriating it from someone. But that idea really stuck with me because it's true, man. Fear is just part of the game, but managing it is really what it's all about. So I'm just kind of blown away, honestly. I didn't expect to listen back to that stuff and feel like, wow, this is really it. But I have felt that for the last few months, last few weeks. Like, okay, now I'm actually doing it. This is really what this feels like to me, this project, and I'm glad I'm documenting it. And I just hope that it can serve as an inspiration for other people, because I am forever indebted to the people who inspired me to get to where I am now with this. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to continue to grow or that I'm going to change my process at all. It's the process itself that I've committed to that's yielded these results. And so I'm just recommitting to that process, and doubling down on it basically because it's working. Um, but yeah, I just hope that this message can get out to people and that people can overcome their own resistance to themselves. I mean, we really are our own worst enemies. Like, no one out there can really stop you from being the person you want to be and doing the things you want to do except yourself. And that's the good news and the bad news, because once you admit that, now you have to deal with yourself and you got to get off your butt and make it happen. So anyway, I'm excited to share this project when it's done. I think it's going to take a while because I'm really taking the time to just do everything perfectly and do it right, and it's really paying off, and I'm really enjoying that. And I'm just going to savor it, guys, because it's been a long time coming. We're talking like 15 years. Long time coming, okay? So I'm excited. It feels really good. I want to ride that momentum. I want to stay positive, and I want to embrace the challenges that I know this project is going to bring. And the funny thing is, like, when you get to that next level, then there's a new set of challenges, right? So I'm excited for those, and I know that from the biggest challenges come the biggest rewards. So I'm ready to embrace those and embrace the struggle. So today, we're going to stick to the normal routine. We're going to do some online classwork. We're going to do some guitar work. I'm excited to move through my online class there. and then we're going to move forward on the production front. I'm going to listen back to my sketch of this song and figure out what the next step is beyond the bass line. Probably some guitar edits, maybe some horn sounds, we'll see. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I'll try to explain as much as I can as we go. Here we go. Alright, not much to report from that learning session, just wrapping up the Music Technology Module 2 about digital audio workstations, which is cool. He covers a ton of ground. Like I've said before, I highly recommend that class on Coursera. It's just called Survey of Music Technology from Georgia Tech. And then going further with my genre research, moving on to doing some research on the Doors. And yeah, one of my friends, actually a couple of my friends have said that my music, especially vocally, really reminds them of the Doors, and that actually 3 people have said that I've got kind of this Jim Morrison thing going on, which I think is a tremendous compliment. And I think, you know, that's the point of asking other people about your sound, is to get outside your own head, because I don't think I would have made that association myself. Especially vocally, I think it's very difficult to have perspective on yourself. So I would definitely encourage you guys to take the Online Musician business class. I think it's really, really good so far. I'm not that far into it, admittedly, so I'll report back to you guys as I get further down the road with that, but it's really, really good. Leah McHenry is a Canadian artist who has just, you know, made a great business model out of her own music as a mother of 5, you know, heavy metal artist. I mean, she's a total badass. But yeah, just going to move forward with the guitar practice here. Here we go. good guitar and singing session there. It's really fun taking a class from a true professional who's playing I really admire and like. So I feel like I'm absorbing a lot of his style. It's just called Musicism. It's an online class from the UK. And the instructor's name is Rabia Masad, and he's a really great rock guitarist for a band called Dorje, and also a band called Tosca, both of which are freaking awesome in my opinion. And yeah, I was just working on a power chord exercise. I mean, it's pretty rudimentary, so, but it's always a good confidence builder to see like, okay, at least I can master beginner exercises as a player. You know, that's important, and you can't be too good at that stuff. So I was changing the exercise to work on some sound control and some of this tonal control that I've been focusing on in my own playing recently, which has been great. And yeah, then I just did a little bit of singing. I'm working on a couple cover songs. I think I was mentioning a few days ago that I just like to be prepared if I'm gonna, you know, someone hands me an acoustic guitar at a party or something, I want to be able to bust something out that's really good. And also it's just really good for my voice to learn other people's songs, and just good for my overall musicianship to learn more music, just build my repertoire. So yeah, I took a short break, did some reading out of my recording secrets for the Small Studio book. Any Mike Senior book is really, really awesome. I would definitely recommend Mixing for the Small Secrets. Mixing Secrets for the Small Studio by Mike Senior. He's just a boss, and he lays it all out in such a usable way, especially if you're like a bedroom recording artist. He just gives you all the inside tracks that helps you compete at a commercial level, which is it's just insanely powerful knowledge and wisdom. He's just a freaking boss. Thank you, Mike Senior. You are amazing. But I love the reason he wrote the books was just so that artists making great music wouldn't be hampered by crappy production skills. And I just think that is like a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. Just Mike Senior, if I ever get a chance to meet you, please let me shake your hand and say thanks in person. You are amazing. And I appreciate you, brother. So, yeah, let's get on the production front. I'm not sure what the goal is today. I'm going to listen back to the bass lines and then just sort of see where my ideas take me, sketch out some ideas for the next parts, and then listen to my original sketch and see what the next move is. So here we go. Alright, good session overall. I was listening back to the bass lines, and I kept going back and forth between them and changing the mix and all that stuff, and I was kind of getting sucked into the details, and I thought, I'll deal with this later. So I was listening back to my sketch of the song, and I was thinking about some of the ideas I had, and the sketch got a little loose after the first part, so I wasn't 100% sure where to go with it. I had some good ideas yesterday for like how the drums and maybe a guitar part could fit together with it, but I was also thinking about adding some horns, and I really wanted to do some research on horn sound libraries to see if I could find anything good. And it sounds like everything that I'm hearing out there right now is still just really sounds like MIDI. But there are some ways when you mix it in with other instruments to make it sound a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to play around with some of those. I don't think they're too expensive, the libraries that I've seen, so I might get my feet wet with a couple things and then see if I want to expand from there. Of course, there is the possibility of tracking real horns. I do know how to play saxophone, but I would like that to be a last resort, because in terms of recording, you know, that's just, it's kind of high volume, yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to get exactly what I want from that, but it could be good. At least it would be a real sound, and then maybe I can pitch shift it and morph it to get the sound right. I don't know. This is going to be kind of a big endeavor with the whole horn section thing, because I haven't done horns on a track in many years, and when I did them before, I tracked them like in my bathroom with an SM58 or something like that, something that most professionals would be ashamed of or really proud of. I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely an option, and I can move that around and transform those sounds, because at least I'm starting with a real sound then, and I would like to get like a sample library, something like that I can then transform the sounds, but we'll see how that goes. I just was doing some web research and kind of getting lost in the mix, and I thought this is kind of a longer term thing, but I think at least a MIDI horn library would help me sketch out the ideas, and then if I want to go back and actually track it, or like get a real horn section to play the stuff, I can do that down the line. But for now, I'm going to close that off. Overall, it's a good day. It's sort of a strange day. It's just kind of moving from one thing that was very much in like a rhythm to a new portion of work on a song. So I'm rebuilding my workflow for that right now, and that's kind of the story with this first track, is just getting the workflow dialed in so that I can increase my velocity for the next few songs, hopefully. But yeah, I just want to get it right, guys. Just really, really want to do whatever it takes to get it right, and so far, so good. So I hope you guys are out there having a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Till then.